Alright, man, since yours are so hard, can you give me a hint? I would have never gotten that if you didn't say if he had a son. I would have never gotten that shit. All three players played on the Warriors, and maybe still do. Alright, I figured. Alright. Klay Thompson. Or, no, not Klay Thompson. Steph Curry. I think I already knew. Figured. I don't know why I needed. If that's right, I shouldn't have needed it. Who could it be? Oh, fuck. Chris Mullin? Might be Chris Mullin. Mitch Richmond. Oh, what's Chris Mullin? Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Number 10, Waterbed, Bride of Chucky. Dolls have to get creative with their films. After two con artists steal Jeffy and Jane's money, Chucky and Tiffany follow them back to their hotel room and watch them getting busy on a waterbed. Their glimpse of Tiffany in the ceiling mirror comes too late. Using a champagne bottle, Tiffany shatters the mirror, and all the couple can do is scream as they're showered in glass. I love you. This method of death was so unique and so impactful that director Don Mancini decided to recreate it for Cult of Chucky, only with much more rapid results. Number 9, Doll's Eyes, Child's Play 2. Of all the ways we want to go, having doll eyes stabbed into our face is probably near the bottom of the list. In the climax of Child's Play 2, a factory technician investigates broken machinery while holding right beneath the mechanism that attaches the doll's eyes. Director John Lafayette expertly builds tension as Chucky creeps closer and closer. Burning expectations, however, the technician emerges with a satisfied smile, only to have Chucky slice his face and send him back beneath the mechanism he just activated. The image of the dead technician with doll eyes is pure nightmare fuel. Number 8, Madeline's Mouth, Cult of Chucky. Cult of Chucky is far gorier than its predecessors, a fact that's clearly evident in Madeline's utterly disgusting death scene. When her good guy doll returns from the grave, the guilt-ridden Madeline allows it to kill her, promising that it will first, the dog proceeds to stick its entire freaking arm down her throat. It then pulls out something from her mouth, and the looks of it was
Hey.
horribly It is a horribly Alice senses something behind the shower curtain.
Alright, are you here?
She approaches before pulling the curtain back and unveiling the freakiest Chucky we've ever seen. There's something horribly disturbing about Chucky's expression of false innocence, with his bulging, manic eyes and fixed smile. Alice, at least, is fooled and delighted, until the doll suddenly reaches for her. Welcome back, Chucky. We missed you. Number 5. Chucky's disfigured face. Child's Play 3. We love seeing the sadistic doll get beaten up, and Child's Play 3 features what's easily the most twisted Chucky injury. Just when Chucky is about to kill Tyler, an animatronic side swings down and slices half of Chucky's face off. You then get to see the inside of his face, complete with tendons and moving muscles. It's highly detailed makeup work, perhaps even the best in the series, and Brad Dourif's anguish screams cut right to the bone. Of all his different looks, we think Two-Face Chucky is the scariest of all. Number 4. Strangling Matson, Child's Play 2. It's everyone's worst nightmare. You're driving when you realize there's someone in the back seat. Oh, and that someone is a murderous possessed doll. Child's Play 2 started off with a bang, with Chucky pulling a gun on Playpal's executive Matson.
Please leave me alone.
Chucky toys with him at first, shooting him with water to release the tension. But it's just a fake out. Once Matson looks into the rearview mirror, Chucky strangles him with a plastic bag while lightning flashes and rain pounds on the roof. Goes to show, slasher scenes don't always need blood and gore to be terrifying. Number 3. Burns Chucky, Child's Play. Like most classic slasher villains, Chucky never stays dead. What risk to the end? The end of Child's Play is a relentless gauntlet of hope and despair, as Chucky seems to die over and over again, only to come back leaner and stronger than ever before. The first false death comes when Andy burns Chucky in the fireplace. Everything seems well and good until Andy is tripped by a horribly burnt Chucky, who stalks towards him holding a knife. Hello. It's arguably the most haunting shot of the series, with Chucky's melted face the stuff of nightmares. Number 2. Discovering Chucky's Scars. Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky is arguably the best installment in the series since Child's Play, with a terrific blend of deep dread and visceral thrills. While looking for Alice in the attic, Barb comes across Chucky, and seriously picks at the fake skin on his face, revealing the scars hidden. It is an excellent piece of fan service, as we finally see Chucky's signature scars again. There's also a terrifying sequence that riddles viewers with anxiety and foreboding. We know that Chucky is going to reveal himself, we just don't know when. A gold medal to the person who can watch this scene without flinching or putting their fingers in front of their eyes.
You have your mother's eyes.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go home and throw out all of my dolls. I don't have dolls. I'm a grown-up. Anyway, do you think that number 1 is going to be kind of a newer moment, or is it going to go back way to the beginning of the series? Let's get freaked out by these honorable mentions, and then
Oh man, it's gonna be like, see the Chucky, and it's gonna be like,
subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. No batteries. Child's play. A lot of people have a fear of dolls. Now just imagine if a doll turned its head 180 degrees and spoke to you without having batteries installed. That's exactly what happens to Andy's mom, Karen, and it is easily the scariest moment in the Chuckyverse.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
The way the scene slowly builds uneasiness, the sudden head turn, and the abnormally loud doll voice all combine to create an instantly memorable and chilling moment. Sums up just what makes Chucky so uncanny, and how he's remained so scary and relevant throughout the years. I mean, a doll's head doing like a 180 is scary enough for me, but that whole no batteries thing sends it over the edge. Anyway, what do you think is the scariest Chucky scene? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check out this other video.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies.
No respect for the Hall of Fame CPU.
Chucky Extravaganza was the original Chucky movie, Child's Play, released in 1988. Child's Play is an interesting series, one that has ventured from serious horror into self-effacing parody and back to horror again with six. Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Denise, and today we're looking at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, released in 2003. We've covered a lot of remakes on this channel, a couple of which were also produced by Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes, just like this one was. But you may be surprised to learn that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the first major reboot of the horror genre. Sure, there have always been remakes, and some of them came out before this movie, but this was the first reboot of a major horror franchise, and it'd be followed the next year by Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. After that, it was off to the remake races, and we got a solid decade of non-stop reimaginings of horror classics. Although the tide has been stemmed into
How much XP I got? 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 Man, only 45,000. What happened?
The point of remaking something that's already been made. But horror fans tend to like this, and I can agree that as far as remakes go, it's not bad. It does a nice job balancing nods to the original with fresh new ideas. And Arlie Ermey's performance as the nasty Sheriff Boyd feels right at home in the pantheon of sadistic Sawyer family members. Although, on that note, for whatever reason, the Sawyers have been renamed the Hewitts for this timeline. This remake's respect for the original was further reinforced by the fact that Toby Hooper and Kim Henkel,
Bro, that sucks. I didn't even mean to press it.
Daniel Pearl, who shot the original, returned as cinematographer. Not only did this movie kick off the era of reboots, it also started a trend of having super intense gore and violence in the genre, in contrast to the more teen-targeted films that had come out in the wake of Scream. Remember, this was actually before Saw and Hospital, which came out in 2004 and 2005 respectively. So audiences weren't exactly used to the dirty, bloody scenes this remake wanted to show them. Still, I can't bring myself to love this movie. Even though it looks great and has solid practical effects, it ends up feeling like a parade of brutality without any of the dark humor or documentary-like grittiness that made the original so interesting. It's fine enough, but ultimately feels to me like an unnecessary remake. Tell me if you've heard this one before. Will Leatherface and his new Hewitt family get more kills than the Sawyers and Slaughters of yesteryear? Let's find out and get to that. The movie begins with faux gritty footage of a crime scene and some familiarity, namely John Larroquette reprising his role as intro voiceover guy.
For them, an idyllic summer afternoon became a nightmare.
And, you know it, you love it, that jumpin' jack flashbulb sound effect. Larroquette talks about evidence collected at the Hewitt house and cues up some footage of a police officer doing a crime scene walkthrough. Yeah, take a look at that watch, mofo, because it's time for a title card! It's 1973, apparently, obviously, even though Jessica Biel is the most 2003-looking woman I've ever seen. Oh well, at least this dude's being faithful with that disco stew style. Biel plays Erin, a run-of-the-mill final girl who's got a boyfriend named Kemper who looks like he's on leave from the Nostromo right now. They're on their way to a Leonard Skinner concert with their friends Morgan and Andy, that dirty Owen Wilson fellow over there, who's currently swapping spit and swag with Pepper, a hitchhiker who they've only just met. After a bunch of bubble blowing and pinata petting, and recreating shots from the original, they nearly hit a woman who's walking in the middle of the road, muttering to herself that she wants to get away. She wants to fly away. Yeah. Concerned for her safety, they adopt her into their hippie-mobile, where she proves to be a real bummer of a man yet. After she makes them pull over, saying they're going the wrong way, things follow this franchise's hitchhiker rule of thumb and manage to get real weird real fast. Like, whoa, how'd she have that thing up there the whole time? We just saw her stand up a second ago, and that gun didn't fall out? I don't even think I want to know. I kind of want to know, though. We don't learn anything from the hitchhiker, though, because with one last eerie proclamation, she adds herself to the kill count in a shockingly violent death that ends up having one of the absolute coolest shots I've ever seen in a horror movie. The friggin' camera dollies out backwards through a hole in her head? Are you kidding me? God damn, that is an awesome shot.
I'm back out.
The best part of this movie.
Signature Jordan athlete. I'm just not getting to that shit. Come on, now.
Used an air gun in her mouth while they shot a blood gun off behind her head. And the camera actually went through a dummy made by Greg Nicotero that also had to move on a track. They had to try a whole bunch of times to get the take, but director Marcus Nispel insisted they get it, and I'm so glad that he did. Everyone rightfully freaks out about what they just saw and reluctantly drive the body to a gas station / barbecue joint / general store where they're suicide to Luda May, the proprietor here, who really needs to invest in some fly paper. Ain't no one gonna buy her pig head if it's covered in flies. Luda May calls the town sheriff, who says that he wants to meet the kids at a nearby mill. What the hell, sheriff? These kids ain't
All-star.
No, of course they.
Of course, I'm number 1, 2.8 million. You know, we out here, Cole. We out here. Most votes. We out here. We are out here doing this. Goodin'. Come on now. Let's see what we got. Oh, this nigga here. Blake Griffin. That's tough. Jabari Bird. Kemba Walker on the freaking Hawks. Clay on the Pistons? Dude, my stuff, like, I had to take my stuff off the charger. I'm using it. Of course, I'm MVP. Of course, I'm defensive player of the year. 3 steals and a block per game. Let's go. Standings. Conference. 37. Quit capping.
We at home getting drunk, but since the road don't.
37-3. I had to get on his head, boy. On. I don't know. I don't know, brother. I don't know. I don't know. I've been. I'm gonna have to check. I don't know.
Go to his house, Aaron and Kemper have to walk through some beautifully lit woods to get there instead. Director Marcus Nispel has a painting background, and it really comes through in these shots. The sheriff's house they find is actually totally fucking awesome, from its stark architecture to the menacing way Daniel Pearl shoots it. Honestly, this is one of the coolest looking horror houses we've seen in quite some time. I mean, it's no Elm Street house, but what could ever be, right? In contrast to their 1974 counterparts, these kids don't break into the house all willy-nilly, and instead the door is answered by a guy named Monty, who's a double-leg amputee. Monty says that, nope, sheriff don't live here, dirty boy must have lied, and then allows Aaron, and only Aaron, into his house to call the police station. The police station tells her that the sheriff will be at the old mill soon. Get your damn pants on. After Aaron's call ends, she hears Monty shouting for help. Looks like he fell over in the middle of drawing himself a mud bath. At least I hope that's not you. Monty takes advantage of Aaron's kindness, nasty old man, while Kemper gets sick of waiting on the porch. Mom, I'm bored now. I'm gonna go inside. He walks through a house that production designer Greg Blair dressed according to Ed Gein's crime scene photo. But to me, it still doesn't feel as depraved as the original movie's production design done by Bob Burns. Kemper's tour is ended when Leatherface appears and sprays his blood across the TV and drags him away to recreate a classic moment. Although Kemper was still kicking right there, I'm gonna put him on the kill count now, because the next time we see his face will be when Leather is hard at work turning it into a mask. Isn't it great when you find a hobby that you can really throw yourself into? Also, it's during this home ec scene later on that we get to clearly see Leather's unmasked adult face for the one and only time in the series. Looks like he wears a mask here because he has a skin condition. Remakes just love explaining stuff that doesn't really need explaining. Also, while we're talking about Leatherface, in this movie, he's played by 6'5" bodybuilder Andrew Bernarski, who was super into the role.
I was born to run fast. There's nobody that's going to be as scary as me or bring what I could bring to this character.
It kind of sounds like he might have been a little too into it, actually.
Gotta play Leatherface. I was born to wear the mask.
There was some weird stuff between him and Gunnar
Oh my
Hansen, too.
goodness, this nigga's trash.
It was cool to him on set for these prequel movies.
It looks horrible, I know.
2013, when Hansen was
Wait,
working
which
on
one?
Texas Chainsaw 3D. And I did actually notice in
The Pro 2?
for that movie that Hansen
Lockdown.
got talking shit.
Oh.
This is the Andrew Bernarski plan to do.
Who looks horrible?
This is the original plan for North.
Oh, okay. It was actually...
I'm talking about you. I know I do. Once I get shirtless, I don't have to look like this. Let's go, nigga. Oh, G. Hopefully, like, honestly, I feel like this guy will pass. Since, you know, he's a fucking 70. Do it on stream. I will. Ooh. Damn. Damn. God damn. I cuffed that thing back, nigga, like Russell Westbrook. So I got his dunk package on, though. Cut, nigga, I want him to cut. I want him to cut. Fuck. It just sucks because I can't do body tattoos. So I can't do body tattoos until I'm shirtless. Oh, he made that shit. Why does he keep giving it to him? Because he's point guard? What are you trying to do? Oh, now you bitch. Oh, damn. Damn. Don't give me a scream. The fuck? Hoeing the shit out of me. God! Oh shit! He got exposed! Lockdown defender exposed! Lockdown defender exposed! Exposed! Lockdown. You wanted that block. Yeah, I wanted that block. No, he's not going past the ball. This nigga a hoe. He a hoe. Oh my god, nigga, get a board. How many times you gonna get exposed? Oh shit, that was bad. Bitch. Got that takeover. I want... I've got takeover. The fuck? Please give me the ball. Don't be a hoe. Oh my god. I want this ball. I want the ball. Let's go. Got that rock. Time to expose. Oh shit. I ain't passing the ball. I want this fucking game. I want to expose. I don't think I'm getting that shit back. Man, fuck. God damn. Oh. That nigga exposed. Give me that shit, bitch. I should have just shot a 3. Bitch. Of course I get called for foul. Oh my fucking god, bro. Nigga, if we lose this game, I'm fucking done with my part. I'm done with part, period. Nigga, I get takeover and it's like... Got me pulling up for a mid-range. The fuck is that shit? Green. Nope, he missed. Free win. What the fuck? Okay, I'm about to say, man. 2K really, like, does not want me to win.
The only response Andrew Bernardson had at first was a Facebook post saying boo-hoo. Wow, that was all really weird to learn. The noise from Kemper's attack gets Erin's attention, and she leaves Monty to go look for her boyfriend, eventually leaving the house after she's unknowingly spied upon by Leatherface and his favorite sound effect. Back at the mill, the sheriff has finally arrived. And let me tell you something, son. Sheriff Hoyt is one mean motherfucker. As if Arlie Ermey's deep crevice frown and messy spit didn't tip you off there. He's a suspiciously scary dude, both in the way he talks to the kids,
Excuse me, you might get the fuck out of my way, son.
and the way he be looking at that body. His solution is simple. Saran wrap. And he orders Andy to help him with the same kind of discipline you'd expect from a drunk dad in the 50s.
She ain't gonna bite you. She's under the goddamn door now. Get a hold of her, pick her up.
After being real gross and sexual with the body, with dialogue that Arlie Ermey was able to ad-lib because of course.
No stranger to bad guys. I play bad guys pretty often.
I ain't staying on the spot.
Bad guys.
Hoyt has Andy and Morgan carry the corpse to his police car and dump it in his trunk. You know, standard operating police procedure.
Protect and serve. What we do.
Yep, that's some good Foley. After he leaves, Erin finishes her second unexpected journey through the woods and gets back to the mill. She was hoping to find Kemper there, but since he isn't, the kids set out to look for him. All they find instead are a bunch of abandoned cars, some human teeth, like this the Blair Witch or some shit, and a picture of the hitchhiker who killed herself, sealed inside a jar full of, well, let's just call it lemonade and think no more about it. Because these people are hot teams in a horror movie, they decide to split up again, with Morgan and Pepper returning to the van, while Eric and Andy go to look for Kemper some more. They get back to that exceedingly well-shot house, and decide that Erin will distract Monty so Andy can sneak inside. That gives us a half-assed re-rendering, well, in one regard, of the famous low-angle shot from the original, while Andy has way too much fun ninjaing into the house. You know he's humming his own theme music like Kronk while he's doing it. He comes across the kitchen/meat-hanging/chicken room where they keep their best human skin pantyhose, and he's majorly bummed when he finds out they don't have any good snacks in the fridge. God, no Sunny D or nothing. Andy causes a loud-ass kitchen crash, and Aaron
No, I'm not fucking playing.
sure he's okay. He is, for now, but Monty says that's not going to be true for long.
Turd. You're so dead you don't even knowing.
Showed up behind door number 1 is Leatherface. And just like that, we're back in this shit. Aaron gets away and leaves Andy to run the first chainsaw chase, which includes a solid action bit involving a lug wrench and a beautiful detour through that old horror movie classic, Sheets on a Clothesline. Eventually, Leatherface cuts the race and Andy short by chainsawing through his shin. Inside the Hewitt, after it gets dark, Leatherface peels the injured Andy off the ground and makes a sacrifice to the entity by sticking that boy on a meat hook. And sure, we've all seen that before, but I'll tell you what we haven't seen. Leatherface salting a stump and wrapping it up like a porterhouse for supper. Number 49, your order is up. Aaron gets back to the van, which very inconveniently won't start for them, when Sheriff Hoyt suddenly reappears. She mistakenly gets her hopes up, thinking he can help her. But Hoyt ain't about to help a van full of hedonist stoners.
You kids taking drugs?
He gets them out of the vehicle and makes them lie on the ground, then scares the piss out of them by shooting near their heads. Well, he's either fucking with them or he's got shit for aim. Either way, Pepper's lost all hope. We're gonna die. Hoyt takes Morgan inside the van and torments him by making him reenact the hitchhiker's suicide, getting a little sexual with it while he does. Do it! It's an intense scene, and actor Jonathan Tucker actually made himself throw up for multiple takes of him shoving the gun further into his mouth. When Hoyt gets momentarily distracted, Morgan manages to turn the gun around on him, but looks like the sheriff saw that coming. Oh, you saw him big doo-doo this time, Morgan. Hoyt takes the van's keys and hauls Morgan off for attempted cop killing. Maybe write yourself a DUI while you're at it, Hoyt, although I guess you needed that bottle. Because what else are you going to smash against Morgan's face?
Oh, that was really rude, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was, dude. And not in the fun demented way, like Drayton with his poking stick. Here's what's fucking scary, man. They get to the Hewitt house, still lit like it's a Coachella tent, and Hoyt engages in some standard police brutality as he manhandles Morgan into the house. Back at the mill, Aaron is trying to hotwire the van with skills she learned in juvie, when Leatherface attacks them with skills he learned in Chainsaw Junior High. He graduated top of his class. Pepper makes a run for it and does her best Donkey Kong to slow him down. But the barrels don't stop this barrel-chested lad, who catches up to her and cuts her to the ground. He kills her by cutting her in half just off screen, which is a pretty bland kill for Pepper. Could have definitely used more seasoning. The feathers from Pepper's jacket fill the air as Leatherface looks
How
back
many
towards
teams
Aaron
are at
while
100?
wearing
Oh,
Pepper's
shit.
face. Very eerie shot, partly because of the face, partly because of the feathers. Now it's Aaron's turn to make a run for it and begin another chainsaw chase through the woods. Vroom, 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 we've all seen it. Aaron ends her lap at a trailer home, where she's led inside by a sickly-looking woman named Henrietta and her presumed mother, known only as the tea lady. Why is she the tea lady? Because this is a tea trailer, motherfuckers. Yeah, except, like, cannibalism. But from what these ladies are saying, they're not worried about any chainsaw attacks. In fact, when they talk about Leatherface, they sound like friggin' Chelsea.
Poor sweet boy.
Henrietta forces Aaron to drink some of her famous tea and then goes to tend to a crying baby. Oh, she's a colicky one, huh? Aaron realizes why that baby's such a poopy pants when she sees a picture of her with a different family. That's not your baby. You stole her! How very clever of Aaron. If only she hadn't let them pour tea down the gullet, then maybe she'd be able to get out of there. But she did, so she isn't. Live and let learn, I suppose. She's woken up by Sheriff Hoyt pouring beer on her face, and we see the main members of the Hewitt family all together at last. There's Hoyt, his mama Luda May, that woman from the general store, her brother Monty, the guy who was stealing up that veal booty in the bathroom, and Luda May's grandson Jedediah, the amazing dirt wonder. And of course, there's Leatherface, whose real name in this timeline is Thomas Brown Hewitt. Luda May yells at Aaron, while young little Jed begs his grandma not to hurt the nice lady from Seventh Heaven. Leatherface throws Aaron into the basement, which has now flooded for no other reason I can think of than to have Jessica Biel be all wet. Wonder if that was a suggestion by producer Michael Bay after he had her wash his car or some shit. Aaron finds Andy pretty much crucified on a meat hook, and in fact for this scene, actor Mike Vogel had to endure 5 hours hanging up on a painful harness system. Ouch. Maybe you could help him off that thing, Aaron? Yeah, just like, oh god, never mind, now it's worse. Yeah, you should be. Andy begs Aaron to put him out of his misery, and when she finally agrees to do it, she goes about it in the dumbest way possible. She just stabs him in the gut. Come the fuck on. Who would ever be that dumb? At least aim for the heart. You can still take a shower in his blood all the same, Aaron. only he won't be dying a torturously slow death. Ugh. Aaron then finds Morgan having a spot of tummy time. It looks like he's still alive too. She helps him out as Jedediah appears and tells them to follow him to safety. But right as they start to, it's fucking Leatherface! Whirring his chainsaw blade and chasing them through this narrow underground portal. Aaron and Morgan manage to escape Leatherface.
Anthony Davis.
With a little assistance from Jedediah. Good dirty boy. They flee the Hewitt house and limp their way into a nearby building. But when they're unable to find any exits, I guess nobody's repaired any generators, Aaron has to stuff Morgan into a cubby and then hide on her own, since Leatherface has followed them inside and is eager to make his family proud. He hole punches the walls to get at her and is all ready to cut her in half with his chainsaw when Morgan stops him with a body slam. They wrestle around for a while, and Aaron tries to help, but Leatherface wins the handicap match and pins Morgan up on a spiky chandelier. Way to improvise a meat hook, Tommy boy. Leatherface kills Morgan by taking his saw up between his legs while Aaron scrambles away. Aaron's back on the track, and although this is like the bazillionth chainsaw chase we've seen, at least Daniel Pearl gives us some pretty handsome shots to look at while we watch the same old action, which includes Leatherface falling and cutting himself, just like he did on the road at the end of the first movie. Aaron makes it to an actual meatpacking plant, which is great because we always hear so damn much about slaughterhouses in these movies that it's about time we see one in person, especially if it's replacing the overdone dinner scene. My only complaint is that apparently the Hewitts didn't own this meatpacking plant, because if they did, they could have been the Hewitt Packers. Leatherface follows Aaron into the plant, chasing her through rooms full of Hellraiser hooks and freezers full of dead meat, and she thought they smelled bad on the outside. Also, since production couldn't afford that many slabs of fake meat, those are actual cow carcasses they're using here. Probably not the best experience for Jessica Biel, who's a longtime vegan. And to make matters worse for her, she's unable to get through this chase scene without getting needlessly wet again. Damn, girl, you must be freezing in there. Aaron arms herself with a cleaver and hides in a locker as Leatherface walks around looking like a badass. Yeah, that's a pretty cool fucking Leatherface shot. Her locker camping strategy works, and she's able to jump out with the cleaver and hack into Leatherface's arm. She hacks the thing right off, in fact, and leaves Leatherface behind with only one arm. And the one he lost was his chainsaw arm too? That's gonna affect his livelihood, Aaron. Aaron escapes into the wet night and flags down a semi-truck for help. And in a rare moment of relief for the paranoid watchers among us, the driver doesn't end up being a Sawyer or a Hewitt. But he does get weirded out by Aaron, who mutters like that hitchhiker did, and similarly screams when she sees that they're headed back to the barbecue store. When the driver pulls off and parks at the store, Aaron gets out and runs around back, where she sees through the window the Hewitts all together, fawning over that stolen baby of Henrietta. The truck driver inadvertently distracts them when he asks for help with the whole Aaron situation, and while he talks to the Hewitts, Aaron snatches the baby up. Sorry, Henrietta, but you know what they say about babies. Easy come, easy go. As Aaron hotwires another vehicle, Sheriff Hoyt approaches the semi-truck, and some sneaky Hobbits' editing leaves me thinking that he's about to open that door to find Aaron, but she's not in the truck. Instead, she hotwired his sheriff's car and runs him over like a motherfucker with it. Right? And she's all about that double tap, too. Wait, scratch that. She's going for the triple tap. Damn. 1, 2, 3. He is out. Aaron drives away with that stranger baby, hopefully to help it and not sell it on the dark web or anything. And although Leatherface gives her a parting glance with his chainsaw, it's really only so he can half-assedly recreate the famous final shot from the original. The movie ends with the return to that framing device of the police footage, even though it feels entirely unnecessary at this point. Or rather it would, except it gives us 2 more kills after Leatherface pops out and kills the cop on camera as well as the cam-off cop.
The crime scene was not properly secured by Travis County Police. 2 investigating officers were fatally wounded that day.
See? The proof is in the Larricat. 2 more kills for the cop. Thanks, John. And, Leatherface. How many kills did the Hewitts do it to it? Let's find out at the numbers. 8 people died in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, beating out the original thanks to those last 2 kills. The victims consisted of 2 women, 5 men, and 1 unknown cam-off, though statistically, he'd probably be a dude. With a runtime of 98 minutes, he had a kill on average every 12.25 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kills to the Hitchhiker for sure. It's a pretty promising start to the movie, what with the shock of it all, and of course, that kick-ass shot. The only thing I don't love is the way she was holstering that gun. Seems kind of silly to me. So almost ready for lamest kill will go to Andy, because I still still can't believe Erin decided to mercy kill her friend with a slow-ass motherfucking gut stab. Come on. And that's it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot came out in 2003 and earned another. A prequel was made to give us more of the Hewitt family. I'll look at that next week, but until then, I'm James H. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching The Kill Count for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I want to thank a bunch of patrons this week, like Jessica Diora, Aaron Cornelia, Alan Crazy Horse, Dave Johnson, Anthony Bjorn Green, and Papa Steve. By the time you're watching this, I'll be in my... Welcome to The Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James H. and today we're looking at The Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, released in 2006 as a prequel to the 2003 reboot. The Beginning mostly takes place in 1969, 4 years before Jessica Biel and her friends stumbled into the Hewitt family hellscape. In this movie, we follow another group of hot young people who find themselves victimized by the Hewitts. Aside from an incidental plot point about draft dodging the Vietnam War, there's hardly anything memorable about The Beginning. Most of it plays out exactly as you'd expect. Since it's a prequel, you already know that all the Hewitt family members are going to survive. Although there is a cool bit of backstory involving Sheriff Hoyt's origin. There's a lot more gore than the remake, since Dawn Hostel had come out by this point, and the filmmakers felt the need to keep upping the ante. But this prequel still ends up being probably the most forgettable entry of the franchise alongside Part 3. Doesn't mean we won't get cool kills in it though, so let's find out how many we're working with here and get to that. The movie begins at a slaughterhouse in 1939. Back in my day, we didn't need no Leatherface to slam on that door. Stores did it themselves, they did. An unnamed woman working inside starts complaining to her boss about stomach pain before her water breaks, which quickly turns into a blood flood. And it's steaming blood? What the fuck? Anyways, this is enough to kill the poor woman, making her our first addition to the kill count. The baby she died giving birth to has some kind of skin condition that creeps out her boss so much she ends up tossing it into a dumpster. The baby is found later by a young Luda Mae Hewitt, who's more than willing to rescue it and take it home to the Hewitt house so Arlie Ermey can get a jump start on berating it.
That's the ugliest thing I ever saw.
Yeah, almost as ugly as this title card. The opening credit sequence involves backstory about Thomas Hewitt, aka Leatherface, and the town he lives in that we probably could have figured out on our own. But hey, how else could we have gotten that flashbulb sound effect so early? After all that, we're in 1969, and the slaughterhouse is being condemned and closed thanks to that pesky health department. Always trying to keep rat feces out of our food. I thought this was America. With the plant closing down, young Tommy Hewitt is now out of a job, so he's forced to hand in his apron and cleaver. That gives Thomas some economic anxiety, and he takes it out by whacking the slaughterhouse owner with a mallet, knocking him to the ground. He kills the dude with a bash to the head and his evil glare into the camera. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the moment that Thomas Hewitt became Leatherface. I mean, he is already wearing leather on his face. Oh, and look, a chainsaw. Perfect. While Leatherface is busy establishing his origin story, a cop named Sheriff Winston visits the Hewitt house. There, he tells a silhouetted Hewitt man that they found the body of the slaughterhouse owner. So now they're going to have to go arrest old Leatherface Tom. Sheriff Winston is played by Lou Temple, he of The Walking Dead, and that real rough scene in the director's cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween. In his brief screen time, he manages to bring a real hellbilly quality to this movie.
You could bring a horse to organism using your fingers. You bring that shit.
Winston mentions that this town has dried up so much, he's the last damn police in the whole damn place. That means he's the only one here to deal with Thomas, who he tries to apprehend when he finds him walking down the middle of the road. But Sheriff Winston didn't count on Hewitt family loyalty. He shot in the back of the head with his own sleeve shotgun by, wait for it, Arlie Ermey, which you probably had already guessed.
Shit, I just killed the whole fucking sheriff's department.
Turns out Sheriff Winston's last name was Hoyt, and with him dead, we see the origin of the Sheriff Hoyt we're familiar with, who, turns out, isn't actually a sheriff at all, and whose name isn't actually Hoyt. His real name is Charlie Hewitt, Charlie Two Hats, they call him. And like I said in the intro, I do like this reveal. It's kind of funny, and explains his very unpolice-like behavior in the reboot. Not that it really needed explaining, of course. Also unnecessary, this supervillain speech Hoyt gives at the dinner table that night to his mama Luda Mae and his uncle Monty. He tells them that with everyone else having left the town, they're now going to rule over it and start, eating people. Starting with Charlie's new namesake, the real Sheriff Hoyt. Ooh, Leatherface,
What?
By the way, speaking of Leatherface, he's once again again played by Andrew Bernarski, who carries the chainsaw in the reboot. And although he's not wearing people face masks just yet, he does have that Mankind muscle to cover up the pockmarked face makeup that Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger skillfully apply. With the Hewitt family origin story out of the way, now we can meet their soon-to-be victim. Our final girl is Chrissy, played by Jordana Brewster and her eyebrows, who, sure, has been in a movie that's grossed $1 billion, but for me, she'll always be that chick from the faculty. Her boyfriend Eric, played by the phenomenally attractive Matt Bomer, is returning to Vietnam for a voluntary second tour, but this time he's going with his recently drafted little brother, Dean. Only problem is, Dean and his girlfriend Bailey are planning to dodge that draft and hide out in Mexico. On their way to a base station, they briefly stop at the Hewitt family's best little general store in Texas. Ostensibly so the ladies can pee, but really so they can run into this biker couple, Alice and Holden, for plot purposes. Yay, plot stuff. After they're back on the road, Dean inexplicably decides that this is the best time to burn his draft card, right there in the back of his brother's Jeep. Obviously, Eric noticed, and they get into an actually interesting argument about things like PTSD and the morality of war, but it's cut short when they're flagged down by that biker chick Alice, wielding a sawed-off shotgun. The distraction causes them to T-bone a cow in the middle of the road, wrecking both the beef and the Jeep. And after a very violent tumble, Christy is missing from the vehicle entirely, while the others are, well, not in the best of shapes right now. Not the best time to experience highway robbery, but that's exactly what that biker chick Alice has before her efforts are thwarted by a police car arriving on the scene. And it looks like they're out of luck.
I can't do house parties.
Only Sheriff Hoyt likes to shoot first and read Miranda rights later. Actually, he probably doesn't read them anymore. Might not be able to read anything at all. Think of it. While Christy wakes up far from the crash, pulling a real Jack Shepherd there, Hoyt gets the others out of the Jeep.
I don't have a charging cord.
Including putting his
Let's try something.
Yeah, Christy, this is one occasion where the grass is much greener exactly where you're at. Hoyt finds the half-burnt draft card and asks the boys which one of them is the dirty draft dodger. Dean can admit to it. His brother Aaron called it, earning him scorn and beratement from the dude who was just eating people last night. Hoyt sticks the living in the back seat, and the dead shotgun girl is shot and then takes off, unknowingly leaving Chrissy behind at the crash site. While she's rummaging around for the gun that she knows Eric had in it, a tow truck pulls up. And although it's not Matthew McConaughey driving this thing, it is still one of Leatherface's relatives, Uncle Monty Hewitt, that guy from the remake, who has become a double amputee by that point. Looks like we've got another origin story on our hands. Monty finds Eric's gun before Chrissy's able to
Yeah, I
grab
can't do
it, and then he
anything.
hooks
I
up the
can't
Jeep and drives
do
off
shit.
with it without ever noticing
Bless
Chrissy
you.
in the back seat.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can't hear.
Hoyt gets back to the he hangs up the back so he can hose them down like a mischievous
Right here,
person
let
he
it
is.
charge for a
Then
little bit.
Monty gets back.
Oh,
So
shit.
Chrissy
You see that?
to sneak around and see the boys in their perilous position.
I was pointing
Pretty rough
out.
situation here, but at least all the kids are together. Oh, no, Chrissy's off on her own again. Eventually, she flags down that other biker dude, Holden,
I do
and
that
he's
shit.
conveniently driving down the road. When she tells him a psycho sheriff took his gal pal Alice, he arms up and follows Chrissy back towards the Hewitt house. Hoyt surprises Eric with a roll of saran wrap, his favorite go-to tool apparently. With his brother nearly suffocating to death, Dean finally admits that he's seen the draft dodger, and that gets Hoyt to cut open an air hole for Eric, although not in the friendliest of ways. Hoyt throws Dean to the ground and starts yelling at the officer about his own time as a POW in Korea. Do I smell another unnecessary explanation here, this time exploring Hoyt's cannibalistic roots? You had two choices. Starve to death, or survive. Yep, that's exactly what I smell. Hoyt makes a deal with Dean. If he can do 20 push-ups, he'll let the draft dodger walk free. But you know what they say about things that sound too good to be true. They fucking are, dumbass. And Hoyt failed to mention that the push-ups would be done while Dean is being beaten with a baton. Hey, at least he didn't make a plyo push-up. Right, Dean? Always look on the bright side. Oh, and what's that for, mister?
Only half one, that don't count.
Dean forms a court. After a brutal scene that actually took them 6 or 7 days to film, Dean finally finishes his set, but Hoyt deals out some bonus and a spine stop. So although Dean is technically free to go now, he probably won't be moving for a while. Meanwhile, inside the house, Bailey's not having the best of times either. She's currently being hand-washed by Rhoda May so she can be presentable during tea time. That's right, it's tea time. Because here comes the tea lady with her little tea kettle, and she's ready to have some tea, motherfuckers. But sorry, Bailey, no tea on the floor. Them's the tea rules. Eric manages to break himself free from his pulley system captivity.
Let me expose your shit for a minute.
Back on the Hewitt, starting with a brick through the window, and then a full-on storming of the castle.
Fuck, I'm someone Marcus Young. Trash ass nigga. Look at me in the background, gloating his at my ass all over me.
Everything else about their escape.
I'm actually about to check out my phone.
Bailey starts driving away in the tow truck, but
Bubblegum Dum Dum 2015 jokes having ass nigga. You're
Hoyt catches up to the brother, knocks out Eric with his shotgun, and Dean crowd takes him right to a aircraft and stops him for good. Somehow Chrissy and that biker dude Holden don't make it back to the Hewitt house until after nightfall. While Holden heads inside to save his biker girlfriend,
nigga is Blue Freddy.
still stuck in that bear trap. Sucks to be him, but at least he's not Eric, who's being guilt-tripped by Leatherface, or Bailey, who is possibly raped by Sheriff Hoyt. That's what the exterior shot and screenplay does in this way. Damn. There's nothing new or interesting about these torture scenes when we're seeing them 6 damn times. And we're trying to recreate that pan the original. It gets worse every time. Chrissy sneaks into the Hewitt house, stealthily crawls around, while Holden decides to just walk straight the fuck in and shoot Monty in the leg. He gets the jump on Hoyt as well. He demands that he be taken to where the girl is. But the girl Hoyt leads him to is Bailey, and Holden's only interested in rescuing his girl.
You don't want to see me as a girl.
When Holden goes to shoot Hoyt, Leatherface stops him by hitting his arm with a power-down chainsaw. But it doesn't stay powered down for long, because after Leatherface throws Holden on top of it and Hoyt holds him down, the saw gets revved up again, and Holden is killed in a loud, blood-spraying affair that doesn't end until the chainsaw is brought up through his body. With Leatherface preoccupied upstairs, Chrissy is able to find Eric, who's been bolted to his slab and is pretty out of it thanks to the old Leatherface treatment. She's unable to free him before Leatherface comes back downstairs, so she has to hide under the table and try to stay quiet as Leatherface revs up his chainsaw and kills her boyfriend right above her by cutting into Eric's torso, just barely missing Chrissy in the process. Almost had a twofer there, Thomas. This was one of my favorite kills to see the behind-the-scenes. Nicotero and Berger made a full-size dummy of Eric with a table-operated head and neck. That let them move it around while the saw went through a chest filled with fake entrails and blood. Awesome. The behind-the-scenes also shows the amazing replica Matt Bomer face they made with the terrifying skinned head underneath it. A necessary prop for when Leatherface acquires his very first face mask in this timeline. I love that it's Matt Bomer's face, too. Enjoy starting at the top, Thomas. You'll never find another face to wear that's as handsome as this one. And I'm not the only one impressed by how good-looking Matt Bomer is. Take it from the late Marietta Merrick, who played Luda Mae Hewitt.
What a gorgeous guy he is. He has the most fantastic eyes. Oh, he's so beautiful.
Then again, don't count yourself out, Marietta. You were damn good-looking yourself at that age.
I did, believe it or not, glamour looking. Singing, dancing, television, radio, and I've done just about everything.
Still, even mean old Sheriff Hoyt thinks that Bomer face is bomb.
Watch it.
On her way out of this traumatizing basement, Chrissy slips and falls so she can join the gratuitous wet shirt club. She's just about out the front door when she's stopped by the screams of Bailey coming from upstairs. Oh man, now I gotta save my friend's life. This night just keeps getting worse. As Chrissy and her hint of ass crack heads upstairs, the Hewitts tend to Monty and the bullet in his leg.
I trusted you to do so.
Oh, Monty, you should not have trusted this asshole. The Hoyt solution is to have Thomas the Chainsaw engine come in and amputate the leg off entirely. Oh no, and it looks like he picked the other leg too?
Look at that. Now, Tommy, that's goddamn sloppy. That'll get it next. Even him up.
And that, dear viewer, is how Monty lost his leg. Chrissy finds Bailey and starts to untie her, but she's immediately discovered by Hoyt. So I guess that means we're about due for another dinner date. And look at that, the gang's all here. Well, not all here, exactly. Some of them are missing a few bones. Chrissy tries to talk shit and calls the Hewitts a bunch of inbred degenerates. But that only results in Leatherface coming out and slitting Bailey's throat, killing her right there at the dinner table. Damn, I guess Bailey won't be giving any more hugs after that. But at least she had manners enough to keep her elbows off the table. For her death, they were able to use a real thick prosthetic neck filled with blood, knowing that the camera angle for this shot would hide the unnatural-looking thickness. Leatherface tries to carry Chrissy back down into the basement, but she manages to escape it with a screwdriver stab to the back. She then gets out of the Hewitt house with a patented window crash dive that all Texas Chainsaw Final girls are very well versed in. You'd better go and chase after her now, Leatherface. You wouldn't want to do anything different in this movie. Dean wakes up at the dinner table and sees that his girlfriend has been killed. That discovery gives him the strength to attack Hoyt. But like I said up top, it's not all that exciting, since we know the faux sheriff's gonna live, no matter how many times Dean bashes his head against the ground. Chrissy's chainsaw chase leads her to the slaughterhouse, where she finds the owner's body, and, more importantly, the keys to his car. Although she tries hiding from Leatherface in a vat of animal blood, he finds her and is all ready to chainsaw her to death when Dean comes to the rescue. It's a short-lived rescue, though, and Dean is killed when Leatherface stabs him through the back with his chainsaw and lifts him up off the ground while mulching his inner. I'm surprised we haven't seen a chainsaw kill quite like this one in the series before. So, good job, EA. Chrissy gets to the car outside and starts to drive away, finally freeing herself of all this meat industry misery. But right when she spies possible redemption up ahead, Leatherface pops up in the back seat like the Moonlight Man and kills her by sticking his chainsaw through the car seat and her back. It's not often a final girl dies, but it does happen, especially when your movie's a prequel. And hey, what the hell? Let's count these two dudes that get hit by the car as well, since that was a pretty serious accident. And I don't see how anyone could have survived it. Texas Chainsaw Remake movies, man. Always hitting us with those last-minute kills. The movie ends with Leatherface walking away from the carnage in his wake, and John Larroquette reprises his voiceover narration to remind us what franchise we've been watching for the past 6 weeks.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Thanks, John. Almost forgot. How many people did the Hewitts kill in the beginning? Let's find out at the numbers. Hey, turns out I have to reshoot this segment after I randomly decided to shave, so in the interest of continuity, there, all better. 11 people died in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the beginning, the most of the series so far. The victims consisted of 7 men and 4 women, a nearly 2-to-1 ratio of more dudes. With a runtime of 96 minutes, that left us with a kill on average of 8.73 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kills to Holden. Lots of chainsaw deaths in this movie, but I like how this one was relatively subdued, even though it was a guy getting cut in half. Dull Machete for lamest kill will go to Leatherface's unnamed mother, who died during childbirth. That's not fun. That's just a tragedy. And that's it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, came out in 2006, but didn't do so hot at the box office, so they ended up scrapping the timeline. The series would get another sort of reboot with 2013's Texas Chainsaw 3D, which I'll be looking at next week. But until then, I'm James H. Janine. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this week's Kill Count. I want to thank some patrons like Andrea Jacobson, Patrick Spencer, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. It's officially NBA Draft Day. I'm so pumped up, guys. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea who's going to go where. I'm just freaking geeked up for it, man. So for today's video, until past time until the actual draft, we are going to be doing a pick a team challenge. So basically, on the screen in front of you guys, you see different categories. You got the first pick, which is 5 points, second pick, 4 points, a third pick, 3 points, fourth pick, 2 points, and the fifth pick, 1 point. You got 15 points to build your NBA squad. So these are all NBA superstars, you know, from current years and years past that were selected at these specific spots. Now, before we go on this video, guys, I do want you guys to know that tonight at 6:45 Eastern Time, PM, of course, as making this video, I will be doing a live stream, guys, a entire NBA 2019 NBA draft analysis and everything like that. It's going to be a ton of fun, man. I'll be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions. Hope to see you all there. Also, as always, check out the second channel, Extra Free, really in the description below. So yeah, man, first, let me know your teams in the comment section below, bro. I really want to know who your teams are, like what they look like, because you really can't go wrong here. All these players are fantastic. You just can't go wrong. So, yeah, I'm going to build my team, then we're going to put it into a simulation, and we're going to try to win NBA championship, kind of way through all that good stuff out there. So yeah, man, I think for my first pick, the first pick I'm going to make, like, I understand Michael Jordan is only 3 points in the third pick, and that's fantastic. But I will say, there is a better value shooting guard out there, man. This is the dude for the Miami Heat, the Flash, Dwayne Wade. Yes, guys, 1 point for a 97 overall. Like, yeah, MJ's 99 overall, I get it, man. 1 point, though, for a 97 overall. That's absolutely insane. So, yes, Dwayne Wade. This is one of the greatest shooting guards, one of the greatest players in NBA history. Absolutely love this guy, man. So sad that they got to retire or anything like that. But I mean, he had such a great career, and I feel honored that I got to watch him play the game of basketball through his entire NBA career. So yes, he is going to be my first selection for just 1 point. All right, let's put my team right here. 64-65 Celtics, who I always won with. All right, so we got him, man. Next up, let's go with look at my list right here. Let's go with a 4-point player. And the goal of this video is to win a championship. Who on this list has won the most championships, man? For 4 points, I am going to be going with Bill Russell. You've got to show respect to the oldies out there, bro. I mean, come on, man. How many championships does this guy have? His job for this team is simply going to be to play defense. We're going to surround him with offensive players, and it's like, okay, man, like, you don't got to worry about scoring whatsoever. Although, if you look at the years past, you know, I think he's done. He, of course, can score the basketball. I don't know how a game exactly would translate to the NBA today as far as that goes. You know, it might be like, I'm not trying to make a comparison. I think from an offensive standpoint, it might be more like a Rudy Gobert type of player. That's the guy that does all his business on the inside. But I mean the rebounding. Look at the rebounds, guys. You know, bags and the blocks were not recorded, of course, but we got to say probably average. I would probably say, trying Bill Russell, he was probably getting like 7 blocks a game, man. No cap. I mean, I got the cap going and everything, but no cap, bro. So, yeah, 4 points, we're trying to win out there. So, I don't feel safe knowing that Bill Russell is the guy in the paint anchoring the defense. Like, I don't feel safe for this player. You know, plus, this is the sports class Celtics. You got to put him on the team right there, right? Okay. Next up, we are going to go with a first pick player, guys. For 5 points, I mean, Magic Johnson would have been cool. Of course, you got Big Shaq, but we got some man, you know, Bill Russell on the center. You got Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan. For that reason, you guys know who I'm going with. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, age 24. Of course, he was drafted a lot younger than that, but the youngest one that I think is on the game. I don't know. I wouldn't even be all-time players. I want the best of the best. There might actually be a younger one out there, but we are going to go with 99 overall, age 24. LeBron James. And LeBron James to this day is still one of the most dominant players in the entire world. It's crazy because, you know, he had like 1 season on the Lakers where then I actually win a lot of games, but he was still putting up numbers, still 27, 9, 8, something like that. And people are saying like he's not even like a top 5 NBA player anymore, man. People out there do not believe LeBron James is a top 5 NBA player. Apparently he went from a bitch-ass king to a bitch-ass joker in 1 season. I don't understand those people, man. He's a top 5 NBA player, not the best.
So recently, my son's band was signed by a record label. My late Chris chose Verizon. While we're on the road, you can keep my parents in the loop with the whole FaceTime thing. I created a rock star.
The network more people rely on gives you more. Like great deals on the best device. That's Verizon.
Best still, if not the best. Come on, man. Okay, so that is, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. We got 5 points to go. I'm going to go with the 2-point player. So we need a point guard, you know, and I know you got Russell Westbrook out there, but you know, we got LeBron James, we got Dwayne Wade. So I want a guy that can get the basketball, those guys with ease, and still use some consistent shooting out there. From the New Orleans Hornets, Pelicans on here, we're going to go with CP3 Chris Paul. I know these days, you know, Chris Paul is not really looked upon as a great point guard anymore, mainly because of his contract situation. But you look at his numbers, guys. You look at his numbers. I mean, go back to his Pelicans days. The man was an absolute superstar. Career average was 19 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals per game. Score-wise and playmaking-wise, and 6 foot this man's grabbing rebounds. This man's getting the steals out there. 37% career 3-point shooters. So I thought for this team, just because I wanted more like a defensive style of basketball, I thought Chris Paul, you know, joining LeBron James and playing with Bill Russell would be a good move out there. We're going to go ahead and assign him to the team. Yo, I think it's garbage man out there, man. Was this trash bitch? Garbage man. This might be over here to go. Go PSP, bro. Ain't tired of going on, bro. This might be over here, man. Okay. But must be a trash thing because the trash man just came. So, alright, CP3 welcome to the team. Sure Russell Westbrook man's flag did that. Alright, so we got LeBron. We got Wade. We got CP3. And we got Bill Russell. And we got 3 points left. And we are out there. I'm thinking we need to go out here. We need to tweak the banana boat squad. I don't, is Chris Bond taking part of the banana boat squad? I don't got enough for I have enough for him. I got to use all 15 points. But, no, man. With my pick here for this final one, we're going to be going with Carmelo Anthony. Yes, guys, Carmelo Anthony. I know we got a bad into the NBA career. But that was a good play game. Although I do want to see more of the Lakers. I feel like that'd be he played for a cheap contract, played for LeBron James, be a lot of fun to watch. Plus, especially they Chris Paul, but actually my team just at the age of 57 for everybody. But yeah, Carmelo Anthony. You can have your opinion on him. He's one of the greatest scorers to ever play in basketball. Sure, that maybe his style of play, just maybe his mentality did not match up to the standards of today's game. But he cannot be the disrespect of Carmelo Anthony. This guy's absolutely beast, bro. So yeah, he's gonna be the final pick once he's playing the 4th spot. I thought it'd be nice just to like got Bill Russell in the center. So I didn't want to go with a traditional power forward because it is a different era of basketball. So we are kind of way too old to play in the NBA. You know, you want guys that can shoot at that 4th spot. Or maybe when LeBron James play the 4th, that should be fine too. So yeah, final player of the team that's all 15 points. I think for the most part, you know, I did actually build the banana boat squad pretty much. But I do think I built one home team also. Like I was saying, guys, let me know in the comment section below what your squad is looking like for 15 points. I don't think it can get much better than that. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the beginning of the regular season, get everything operating, get everything going. Okay, we'll do this week, go 8-0. Okay, so after I play 2K, there's typically a banana boat squad jersey. There is not one that I cannot find one, so the best thing I could find was the Richmond Bananas. That is going to be our team name and jersey, guys. So we got Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Bill Russell all playing a 48 minutes. Of course, we got some bench players. Just in case these guys foul a lot with Westbrook. Hopefully that does not happen because our team is going to be extremely intelligent out there, right? The first scoring option is going to be probably Melo, man. And then probably next D-Wade and then LeBron James. I don't know LeBron James, Chris Paul still hanging out there, so we're going to go with that. I think the scoring option. Play through our stars. We'll see how that'll go. So here we go, man. The 82-0. We don't go 82-0. This game is broken, man. So let's go ahead and do it right here. So yeah, guys, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. You know, just on some of these players that were in this draft. Just on these drafts in general. I actually kind of heard like, what? The Big Game Celtics? I'm not with the Big Game Celtics. But now the actual Celtics can beat me? Oh my God, man. Kyrie not on the team anymore. He can't even goddamn get out of the playoffs. Oh, the damn second round would have D-Wade overstepping? You're the banana boat squad, bro. You did not make his splash. LeBron James did work out there, bro. And then Melo, 9 for 21 shooting. Wow, we really actually lost that game. We're not going to go 8-0. It's whatever, man. It's whatever. We did our best out there, but our best is not good enough. But no, man, I actually heard this crazy statistic. The 8th pick in the NBA draft. I think, like, over the course of the last 25 to 30 years, there has never been an all-star selected with the 8th pick. So, I just thought it was absolutely insane. Like, what are the odds of that? Because you get all these great players and all these other positions out there, you know, drafted all sorts of different spots. Man, Isaiah Thomas, 60th, Draymond Green going in the second round, you know, stuff like that. But the 8th pick, for whatever reason, is extremely current. You're not going to get a player ranker, man. I really don't know the reason behind that. I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I think it's also important to know that when it does come to the draft, I think people gotta keep their expectations in check because I feel like sometimes, you know, us as NBA fans, especially just in the era of social media, we get way too like geeked up about a player way too early on. We put too much pressure on. We put way too much pressure on that player to exceed way too quickly. And a lot of times, man, us as fans can damage just the confidence of these players out there because it used to be back in the day. You know, you had a really good college player. They would stick around for 3-4 years, and by the time they were at the NBA, you know, they were 21, 22 years of age, they were all on mature and ready to go. These days, we got all these players then coming out after 1 year playing basketball. Absolutely understand that we are expected these 18 and 19-year-olds to come to the NBA, grown man's league, and just dominate right away. And it's like, I thought Lonzo Ball was a prime example now. I feel like a lot of people, you know, after Lonzo Ball's first NBA season, wrote him off so quickly. And it's like, no, man, he's going to develop, become a great player over time. That's just how it is. Like, some players, they might become overseas, literally to the country to play in the NBA, you know, part of his family, his friends, and all that stuff out there, just going to this whole new world. Just because a lot of these guys are already like popular and stuff, just because of, you know, being great basketball players, probably their entire life out there, right? So, I don't know, man. I just think it's important to know that when your player gets drafted to your team, have patience with them. You know, give them a few seasons, man. And, you know, come 5, 6, 7 years down the road, if they're not anything yet, then maybe you can start labeling them as a bust. I know like Zion Williamson, like I'm so curious what he did early on for the Celtics, man. I have literally no idea how he's going to be first off in the NBA because like he has that personality where you think he's going to dominate. But who knows? Like he might just go to the team and
he just doesn't fit into the style of the game. I really have no idea. So,
Right here.
yeah, man, let me know what
All in the
comments below.
stream.
Which players out there do you think are going to dominate right away?